My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Griftlands. I'd like to mention at the start of this episode that this series is sponsored by Klei. There is a link in the description down below for you to be able to pick up the game for yourself. Alright, we've just finished in the last episode Sul Derek's first campaign. Let's do Rooks now. The Bog Job. An aging spy tries for one last big score before retirement. You're kind of looking like Saxton Hale there. Alright, let's have a look at your negotiation deck. Ooh, 2 composure, so you're not good at this. Pleasantries, you have something's heads and snails. Heads and snails are 2 opposite sides of your lucky coin. So you flip a coin and see whether or not it deals maximum damage. Cool. These also take like a lot of plays in order to upgrade. Interesting. You've got Call It, Gamble, Sticky. Gamble is flip your lucky coin. Sticky, the card is not discarded at the end of your turn, and there's 2 copies of this in the deck. Trickery, improvise a card from a pool of special cards as you might expect. Grumble, if it's snails, I deal 1 bonus damage. Oh, so the coin looks like it's probably going to be an element that is permanently on the board. And then anytime I call it, I can flip the coin. Maybe to the other side, but maybe just randomly. And then I will have like either heads or snails active. Let's look at the battle deck. Defenses, improvise, cool. Gain 2 charge and 2 defense. Charge is Rook can store charge in his empty cells. Charge can be used by certain cards for additional effects, and Hair Trigger is an example of that. Spend 1 charge, deal 2 bonus damage. And then the rest of these just damage cards. Ooh, kick. Nice high damage card right there.
You bear the brunt of the world when you wear a soldier's uniform. So you turned yours in and left the Admiralty. But even out of uniform, your name still carries the weight of your medals. Captain Rook, the veteran, the hero, the saboteur, the spy. These days you freelance, and you're on your way to a job in Grout Bog, where the Spark Barons plumb the ruins looking for forgotten treasures. The bugs there are hard to spot, but they bleed you dry if you let them. Seems like you'll fit in just fine.
Okay, feeling a lot more cutthroat already. The land around Grout Bog squelches with mud, squelches with mud, hungry for legs as well as boots. The only road leads to a gate, flanked by armed security. A Spark Baron guard steps out into the path as you approach. Stop right there. The bog is closed, especially to grifters like you, unless you pay the processing fee. Then maybe I could see to considering your petition for entry. I'm gonna try and do the convincing here, and the main reason I'm gonna try to do this is just upgrade my cards as early as I can. Forgive me for, hang on, alter. Forgive me for being skeptical of this fee. In fact, I'd like to speak to your advisor. Negotiation tutorial. Is this going to be different?
During negotiations, Rook is able to gamble by flipping his lucky coin. Whether it comes up heads or snails, different actions will occur, and cards can have different effects depending upon the current state of the coin. At certain points in his story, Rook will have the opportunity to trade his coin for others with different special effects. Try to find a coin that works well with the deck that you are building on a particular run.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, so it was different. I'm very glad that I went through with it. Okay, so I currently have my spare coin. When the coin is flipped, apply 1 composure to a random argument or deal 1 damage to a random target. I don't need to start flipping. Let's use pleasantries now. At the start of Dilawino's turn, steal a card from Rook and hold it hostage. Got it. Right. Go for pleasantries first. I'm going to improvise a card as well because I'm looking at defense here. Choose 1. Rig 1 or rig 1. Okay, so rig is guarantees the result of my next gamble. Only 1 outcome can be rigged at a time. I should draw, though. I need some defense. There's a little bit of composure. These are sticky. Yeah, which is they don't get discarded at the end of the turn. I figured it would probably be like a retain effect or something like that there. Hey, do it again. Hey, fully protected myself. Beautiful. Spent all of my resources to do so, but it worked out. Card stolen rationale. Okay, this is all business. Delamano gains 1 composure for each hostile card I draw. I haven't drawn any of my hostile cards yet, but I'm going to need to take that out because I definitely will end up drawing. So give me some rationale back. Lay that on myself, and then let's call it twice here. Dang. Really would have liked if it was the other side. Okay, this is Strawman. Whenever it's dismissed, I gain 3 vulnerability. I could rationale to protect it this turn. Yeah, the vulnerability, all resolve losses increased by 1. That would suck. Okay. Let's go trickery. I'm looking for defense, ideally. Prepared. Choose a card in your hand and move it to the prepared leftmost position. Oh, so I imagine there will be cards that are like, if this card is prepared, or, you know, the leftmost position, have a different effects. Draw a card, discard a card doesn't really help me right now, does it? I mean, call it could actually give me a little bit of defense. Didn't get it. Okay. Ow. Ow. Let's grumble to start with here. I'm gonna call it. And then hopefully this actually flips the other side. No, if it flipped the other side, I would be dealing maximum damage with each of these pleasantries and I would kill. You know what? Okay, I've got a 1 in 3 to kill here. No, I'll just kill next turn, it's fine. Compose myself. So the excess damage doesn't ruin me here. Definitely play trickery first here. Reverse. Ooh, reverse is really good as well. Discard. I'm just looking to try and get a couple cards. Damn it! I didn't want that to kill. I wanted to be able to grumble as well. I should have targeted the thing in the back line. That would have been how I did that. Okay. Vulgar. Draw 2 cards. Gamble for each hostile card drawn. Interesting. I kind of do like the idea of going like for a heavy hostile negotiation deck because we didn't go for that last time. But we do have 3 copies of Pleasantry and 2 copies of Grumble. Bottom Snail. Discard this card, draw 1 card, and gain 2 dominance rather, unplayable. This also hits all enemy arguments with the with that side up. I'm going to go with Vulgar. I am going to try and make a hostile deck. This is a really good start to it, though, because it gives me the gamble for each hostile card drawn. And if I can just gamble constantly, maybe I just flip my coin like 50 times in a turn, and that's enough. Well, do you want to get your superiors involved? Huh. They just double the fee. But fine, Grifter, have it your way. But you'd better have some work papers. Else the only other thing I'm authorized to give you is a kick in the seat. Ask about... I've been on these roads for a long time. Let me rest my old bones a minute while I get my bearings, huh? You've got 5 minutes. We have a strict no loitering policy. As I recall, Groundbog was once a prospector's dream. This seems very bureaucratic. You're kidding? It's been under Sparkbound regulation for a good 20 years at least. A little bit of paradise away from the Admiralty and cult. Paradise for whom? Well, the barons, of course. Not so much the contracted labor. They have to dig up the tech.
But the bog isn't a forgiving place. Between the pitfalls and the grockets,
Grocket, a deadly bog beast known for its uncanny camouflage.
most don't even make it to the end of their terms.
Ah, that sounds unpleasant.
No kidding. The road out of here is right behind you, Grifter.
Ask about the gate. So the gate is to keep unlicensed rogues from plundering the dig sites?
Sure. Not that most would have the guts to try. The digs are for old tech, from the Vagrant Age.
The ancient era during which the planet was colonized by spacefarers.
Half of it explodes the second it oxidizes. Only Barons got to know how to dig it up safely.
And weaponize it?
Gotta profit somehow. But the gates are mostly to keep the laborers in.
I see. That's slightly worrying. I assume the Spark Barons are the law of the land then?
They're the ones paying everyone's bills, aren't they? Groundbog's operation manager is a former Admiralty officer, even, so he knows a thing or two about authority.
That would be Leland Felamo, yeah? The Kradeshi?
Yeah, that's right. You heard of it?
He and I are old friends, actually. Though we were each 20 years younger when our friendship took root. Time will tell how well it's weathered.
Huh. If you say so, Grifter.
Ask about the laborers. And what about the laborers then? I've heard whispers that some worker rebellions are rising up in parts of Murder Bay.
Yeah, it's a rat, that is. A real sickness. And it spread to the rat bog. Half the workers are a sneeze away from open revolt. So we don't need folks like you coming in and stirring up trouble.
Then, who should I avoid?
That's the problem. They keep their cards close. Wily like. The leader could even be a foreman for all we know.
So they're probably a foreman. Otherwise, that line seems a little telling. Like a little foreshadowing that's meant to get to you, the viewer, but not the characters. Hand over my papers. No need for hostilities, friend. I'm here by invitation. See for yourself if you'd like. You pull out the signed work visa from an oilskin wallet you carry for such purposes.
No, looks legit. Who exactly are you meant to report to?
I'm here to work security. I'll get the blacklist, which is take names. Gain 1 damage for each name taken. Take names. Playing this card against a new unique character adds their name to the list. Or I'm here to dig. I'll get a shovel. Deal 2 bonus damage per empty cell. Gain 2 defense per charge. I don't know what cells are yet. I like the idea of blacklist. Yeah.
Do I...
Wrong voice. Do I look like McCree? Do I look wrong? Sorry, I'm just cycling back. It's hard for me to actually get to my, like, an Australian accent. Do I look like a common laborer to you? I'm reporting to Leland Felamo directly.
Felamo? There's no way someone like you...
Her eyes glance down at your work visa again, and this time she reads the fine print.
I mean, of course you are, sir. We better hurry this along. Felamo doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Gain negotiation card blacklist.
I still gotta search you, though. You got anything to declare?
You rummage through your backpack, showing Dilawano the contents. Dilawano, the contents. You've got only one thing worth declaring, though. 50 shills, upgraded battle card, or a book of Kradeshi poems, draft 2 negotiation cards. That, getting 2, like, hostile cards very early, sounds like an excellent idea to me.
Huh, that's allowed, as per the terms of your visa.
Dig, this card costs 0 if it's on that side, and yeah, that's good. Prepared, apply 2 composure to a random target every time you play a card. So it's prepared if it's in okay, so it's a common effect, constant. Cool. Gamble, and then if it's on heads after that, Because it gambles before it'll trigger that effect. Gain 2 bonus damage. Cool. I'll take dig though. Prepare 3 damage and draw a card. That sounds good too. Spend 1 influence. This card gains 3 bonus damage for this negotiation. Ooh, that's interesting as well. Like a thin deck with pressure. Prepare a card. Prepare. This costs 0. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this. We'll take this. Grunt. Ask more about Felimo. I don't suppose you know what kind of work Felimo... I don't suppose you know what kind of work Felimo might have for me?
How the hell should I know? Things are getting rough with the workers, though. They want more rights, better pay. Maybe Felimo wants you to work security and shut down the union before it starts?
Ooh! I want to play a union buster? Oh, I see. That makes sense. And, what if I would prefer to find other work?
If Felimo is expecting you, I wouldn't want to disappoint him. But there's always more work to be had in the bar. You could check in with a foreman named Calandra. She's not too strict and she might take pity on an old fogey like you.
Charming. Ask more about Felimo. No, okay, so it wasn't grayed out, but I have gone through that line already. So I'm guessing that Calandra is the other one. Yeah, Rise Organizer. Exactly. Yeah, so she's the foreman who was being alluded to earlier as like, it might even be a foreman who's organizing these. So I am obliged to side with Calandra over Felimo here. So I'm free to go.
Yeah, whatever.
Thank you, officer. It's been a pleasure.
Don't try anything funny in there.
You go through the gate, but you feel like Delano will miss you when you're gone. Alright, stepping in, checking in with your old friend Felimo. Calandra, a local labor leader, has put out the word that she's looking for some extra help. Hey, Calandra, what's up? A surly guard blocks your entrance. What's this then? Koff notices the Spark Baron list you have tucked under your arm. You have no business here, scab. Convince Koff that I need to talk to Calandra. I need to talk to Calandra. She's expecting me. Alright. This is whenever Koff deals damage, they gain composure equal to the unmitigated damage. If their attack is fully mitigated, they take 3 damage themselves. Good. Ooh, prepared. 3 damage to draw a card. Love it. And double rationale. I do need these rationales upgraded as soon as I can get them upgraded, so playing them is really good, but also this deals 3 damage back to you. Ooh, your intensity hidden. I need to get rid of the crafty, definitely. Take names. I mean, I should take a name here and then deal 1 damage to that. I still want to compose myself here, right? I was gambling looking for more defense that turn. Carcos, you're on this side. I love it. Draw 2 cards. Gamble for each hostile card drawn. Yeah, got 1 of them. Let's go Trickery. Prepare a card. Yeah, I'll actually use that to prepare Grunts. And then... Grunts. Please. 50-50. No! That defended me! I needed the offense! Ow. Ow. It's not like I could have defended myself well that turn anyway, but still. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was wrong. I should have double defended that turn. That's my bad. I mean, I get to play more cards this way, at least. I'm gonna go for the Rationale and then Pleasantries for the kill. Slugstorm, gamble, deal 2 damage to all enemy arguments. Okay, that's another AoE. Definitely happy to see it. But it's only a 50-50 time, 50-50 that it's an AoE actually. Discard a card, gain dominance equal to its cost +1. So dominance again is a hostility cards deal +1 damage, reduced by 1 at the start of your turn. Dominance is an argument with 2 resolve. There's also a head turner over here, deal max damage, prepared, gain 1 action. That's really good. I'm not gonna do a diplomacy deck though. I don't want to. Slugstorm feels like a lot of the time it's just gonna be a 1-cost gamble, but I don't know what its upgrades are. Let's look for its upgrades. Okay, so I mean I can have it deal a bit of damage, or it might be very important in this. Yeah, this goes in a deck where you can rig the next roll, or where you're the luckiest person this side of the galaxy. We'll take Rant.
If Kalandra wants to see you, there must be a reason. Don't give me a reason to break you.
Goff steps aside. Hey, Kalandra! Kalandra holds herself like a leader in sheep's clothing. She looks you up as you approach. I believe you're the foreman, yeah, Kalandra? You pass her the work visa, quickly flashing your signet coin between your fingers as you do. Her eyes light up shrewdly, and maybe with a spark of mischief. I am, but I should warn you. Worker. I am, but I should warn you, this work isn't for the meek. The bog will be the death of you if you let it reach your neck. That's the kind of code phrase you were expecting, so you respond in kind. Then I'll watch my step and keep my neck dry? She nods, satisfied. You're Rook then? Your references are glowing. That's unusual for this side of the bog. I can't give you the details. Can't give you the details right now, but we're on a timeline. I need to put you to work right away. So let's get started, shall we? Ask about. I'm afraid I will need some details if we're to be in business. I think these are the 2 main characters, so I'll have their voices down soon. I know I'm not trying to take much time from the game to actually talk about the voices thing, but like I will have their voices down and be able to jump back and forth between them. It just takes a moment. I figured you might. Go on then. Ask about the Rise. Let's not be cute about it. You're one of the Rise rebels, yeah? A loose group of union organizers and freedom fighters campaigning for workers' rights across Havaria. Even the gate guard had their suspicions. The Rise isn't a movement. It's a labor. Isn't a rebellion. It's a labor movement. Workers like me. Workers like me. That's enough reason for the barons to cast me as a villain. Let them. If their eyes are on me, the agents can pass without scrutiny. You're bold, I see. Boldness is an action, not words. They're so similar. Boldness is an action, not words. Hold your applause. Ask about the way. Well, I know it's frowned upon to discuss compensation, but this isn't my fight. Which is exactly why you're the agent I need. I hired you because you're competent. I assume you don't mind that the work is dangerous. Correct. And I assume you don't mind that it might make you a few enemies. If it does, it's hardly your fault. You do the work I pay you for. Nothing more, nothing less. And I'll never bring morals into it. No begging for you to see the light, no appealing to your good conscience. Fair pay for your services. That sounds agreeable to me. How does a labor movement quantify success? When do you know you've won? We're not here to overthrow, we're here to stand. We sign contracts with no way out. Barons control the markets, and we blow our earnings at the company's score after we're finished with our shift. Demerits are issued if you drop a relic, if you get sick, if you get others sick. Folks always say the derricks are even worse, but this isn't even good by any reckoning. What if the barons end up dead to make it happen? Do your ideals cover that? My ideals demand it. The workers under my care are dying every day. If Barons dies so the things can change, it's just the scales righting themselves. So we in business? Or do you have some other state to undermine? Work for Calandra. As you say, you've hired me to do a job. And I'm nothing if not professional. I'm a professional. I'm not a crazed killer, Dad. I'm a gunman. What the difference being that one of them's a job and the other one mental sickness? Happy to be in business. I hope you'll find me a fair employer. I have a couple things that need doing. Opportunity. Let sleeping bugs die. Workers working a wildcat dig disturbed a nest of vicious urchin. Help them contain the mess before they're exposed or grist for the mill. I get more shills with this one. The Rise are holding a recruitment rally in the workers' quarter. Convince a crowd to attend and provide security at the meeting. This also gives me a graft. Yeah, definitely going for the grist with the mill. We're planning a recruitment rally in the workers' quarters later today. But the Barons caught wind and now people are too scared to attend. I need you to go and drum up attendance. Aren't you worried the Barons might try to interfere? Of course I am. That's why I'm asking you. You're going to provide protection. You realize my skills are of the covert variety, yeah? This isn't exactly the kind of work I'm best suited for. Fine, but it's the work needs doing. And more even-handed you can be, the better. As we used to say in the aerostat, may my success fly higher than your expectations. My expectations are currently set pretty low. Prove me otherwise. Here's a list of folks I want to see in attendance. Should be straightforward. Alright, let's go find some folks. You suddenly feel a white-hot stinger on the back of your neck. Heshbit. Feel your neck. You carefully probe the area with your fingers. Whatever bit you was long gone, leaving only the slightest smear of whatever it left behind. A cool wave of euphoria radiates into the base of your skull, clearing your mind of any further thoughts about the incident. 5 resolves! Sweet! Buy me more! Never mind. Gain 2 cards, Twig and Stem. Alright, Stem. When this card is drawn, increase the cost of a random card in your hand until the end of the turn. Unplayable, Hatch, and Parasite. Ugh. I get really squicked out about, like, parasitic and especially, like, under the skin or in the body parasitic kind. Okay. It can be upgraded? Preview its upgrades. Okay, never mind. Parasite. Remove this. Removing this card from your deck lowers your maximum health by 10. When this card reaches full XP, it's destroyed and triggers a special event. Alright. Twig. Yeah, whenever this card is drawn, take 1 damage. It's the same effect. Okay. There's nothing else to do here, so you continue on your way. I'm gonna try and forget that happened, because that will actually drive me mad. Between the fuel stains and the fire in her eyes, it's easy to see a bit of yourself in Pluck. Day to you. Convince Pluck to attend the rally. I understand you might be interested in learning some more about the labor movement. What are you, a narc? Look, I'm staying out of trouble, see? I don't know nothing about no rally I don't intend to go to. At ease there, I'm no narc, I can assure you. Quite the contrary, I'm a narc repellent. Alright, your argument is 2 composure whenever Rook creates a new argument. Okay, cool. So I attack before I argue. Volga! No, it didn't work. I do want these gambles upgraded as soon as possible, almost. Pleasantries. I'm a trickery actually here. I don't need to rig the next one, but Inceptor Flustered reduces their damage by 33%. No. I'm gonna go for carryover. Bonus action next turn. Then I will rationale to defend and call it. Hey, call it again. Heads. Dang. Alright, This argument is gain 1 whenever a card is played. When it reaches 10, I lose 5 resolve and the argument is dismissed. That's a lot of damage, though. I'm gonna use the rationale. I'm gonna take some names as well. Yeah, I'm gonna just kill the enemy before this reaches 10. Good. Easily sorted. Oh, thank you. Rig 2 snails. Interesting. Then improvise a hostile card from your draw pile. That's good. That's gotta be good. It'll hit like my slug storms and it'll like what's another card in my deck? There's another card in my deck that is actually really good for. Yeah, dig it's really good for. Yeah, I'm into it. Go for it.
You've stood on your own 2 feet, have ya? Never had another worker step up and cover your shift when you were lagging? Never had a colleague watch for the barons when you were trying to catch a nap between shifts? What? I mean, of course, who hasn't? We gotta look out for each other here, or the barons would bleed us dry worse than the Grockets. Exactly. Okay, smarty pants, I get your point. I'll go, but hash help us if there's trouble. That's 1 down. Maybe Kalandra was right after all. The next name on the list is Chake. Alright, Chake. You're stopped by a member of the Spark Barons, but you're used to pat-downs and interrogations. You double-check the hidden pocket where you've stashed the pamphlets. Is sealed. I hear someone's been rousing the local rabble, spreading dissensionist materials? That wouldn't happen to be you now, would it? Why, no. I wouldn't dream of it.
Somehow I find myself in need of convincing. That's an aggressive action. I can't attack here. Convince her it wasn't me. All right, you've got okay, you'll hostage my cards. Got it. Let's improvise a card. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, use that for draw. Looking for defense here, ideally. That's not it. Hey, that dig's free. I'd love to be able to like rant and then grunt. I mean, could I have done? I probably could have done that at some point this turn. I'll eventually be more familiar with like the prepared and the gamble mechanics and stuff like that, and I'll be utilizing them better. I understand that I'm probably making mistakes at the moment. Call it though. Yeah, call it. Go. Ow. I'm losing a lot of resolve here, and I don't like it. One composure for every hostile card I draw, and that's all attacks deal 1 more damage. Whenever it is dismissed, I return call it to my hand. Got it. I'm gonna take names on this. Excess damage goes to the mid. Come on, defense. Dang it. When dismissed, Wander loses half their resolve. This bounty lasts for 1 more turn. I mean, we're not really gonna have time to trigger that. I mean, stem, at least I drew stem again. My God, I'm gonna take a bunch of damage here, aren't I? Come on. No! Why did I have to deal the lowest damage with that? Oh, this sucks. my life! Let's go for trickery first. Okay. Let's dig there. Crumble there, dealing extra damage. Thank heck. Whew. Good lord. So I'm getting a lot of upgrades early, but I'm also getting a lot of not health. Set the coin or gamble twice. I'm gonna gamble twice. That sounds great. Deal the bonus damage or gain a dominance, deal the bonus damage. Yes, thank you. Trickery, upgraded. I like upgraded cards rather than a larger pool of cards. Definitely there. Mock, gamble, attack with this card twice if that works. Ooh, appealing, especially considering I'm trying to get dominance in this deck. I didn't read the other cards, Ryan. I'll see them over the course of the run, definitely.
If you want to hold me up, take it up with the boss. But I'm due to set off charges in 20 minutes and,
All right. Get to your workstation then. But I know your face, laborer. If I even smell a whiff of that union baking stink about you.
Can't talk. Got a punch card to fill. Later, sir.
Ugh. The Barons sputter like a faulty spigot, but otherwise doesn't stop you. That was closer than you'd like. Really? I have nowhere to go now. Okay, so it looks like the grist for the mill is directly under me. Let's arrive there. And then, I'm afraid that the rest of this quest is going to happen in the next episode. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Griftlands. Sorry, there's a link in the description below where you can purchase this game. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.